we do need to take a break. Like every now and then, we just need to take a break from what's been going on, because it can be overwhelming. Because I know for me, it's been so overwhelming for me within these past few weeks. Constantly checking social media, seeing all these posts of all these different incidents that's happened within the past few weeks. I do feel we need to just take a mental break.
And then what's your solution? A lot of people express what they unpleasant. And don't get me wrong, I'm just as black as the next person. So I understand some of the racial injustice that's going on. And you have a lot of people on social media, which is why I've actually taken a break from it for a minute, who have expressed their frustration. But it's like, can you come? If we're going to express frustration, I feel like that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, but can we please come behind it with solutions, with things that can change, with things that we can do, at least to start working on,
Absolutely.
Like if you tear down a store, what if some black people work in the store? So now they have no job. So how will they feed their families? How will other people who work there feed their families? And don't get me wrong, not just black. We're not the only minorities. We're Chicano, all of these people that are suffering. It's just that our suffering is a little bit more crazy. But I think I feel like it's all time. We all have our things that need to be worked out racially.
Yeah, and that's not to put down any other race. Because every race deals with some injustice.
With some level of injustice, and it's absolutely ridiculous. With what I forgot, but like I hope that the stuff with the DACA and all that, this kind of sad for somebody to be taken away from their family. Like that's sad. Like I don't know who would want to. I couldn't imagine that. But then with us, we come from a history of people that have been sold off and stolen from their families. So this is crazy.
And going back to your point about the small businesses, like they may have a harder time bouncing back than major corporations such as Target. Seeing the riot, that happened at a Target, basically. What about the small minority businesses that are being affected by this? Like they may have a harder time bouncing back from this because their merchandise has been stolen. How are they going to get more merchandise? How are they going to make more profit? Think about it from a business perspective. How are they going to, grow their business, if all of this is happening?
And the economy is offering loan and other types of funding for them, and they're unfortunately going for those loans, and they get, a couple of months worth of time to, unless they offer a loan forgiveness, at some point these companies will have to pay their money back. And these small businesses, they only running on the funds that they from selling stuff. So once this torn down, how they gonna survive after they took out the loan? They're gonna owe more money and possibly, God forbid, have to go out of business.
All right. My go-to word or phrase whenever somebody tell me something, ask me something, is like the 3-letter word why. Like I got so many whys right now. If anybody can answer this question for me, it'll be from Jesus Christ himself. But like, why are people killing business owners? That's all I want to know. If, like I said in the beginning of my conversation with you all, if the main focus is like, let me get my words again. It's police brutality or it's injustice among the races, not just ours, but like any race that's dealing with injustice. But I guess I could say our people, we're dealing with our own situation. So that's what we're protesting about. But in a sense of like, for future business owners such as myself, like I think of my business as like a child. And you would not want nobody to like kill your child. Like, would you? So why would you kill somebody else who's protecting their own?
Yeah, it's something you've nurtured. It's something you preserve.
Right. Like you work so hard for.
Some people take years to start their businesses.
Right.
Black people. Some of the most, and I speak for Memphis because we have a lot of black companies And take them years to birth their vision out and get the right things in place to have their physical location and run their business for something like this to come where they're already secluded home because of the pandemic. But now, if they stuff get messed with, now they don't have a business anymore.
And
so we just got to act with strategy. But a strategy that works. There are a lot of people, and let's clarify, see all that's watching, we're all the same thing. It's just we understand the protest and we understand what's going on. Unfortunately, there are some people, these bad apples that's spoiling the bunch for us, that are using this time, as Terry said, to fulfill it, to gain what they want. And that's not like selling a TV is not. I don't understand. And I think Terry, we talked about this. I told you. Someone asked me like, well, people have been stealing from us for so long. Well, when did, and this goes back to the peace versus violence, like, how do we know that this is, it's no longer a fight for injustice, it becomes revenge.
Right.
Like,
you're taking away from
now.
what you want. It's like we're talking about right now. You're taking away from what you want to like the revenge situation. Like, we learned this back in preschool. Oh, she hit me, let me hit her back. You just continuing the cycle.
Yeah.
And we're trying to break the cycle. Like, everybody saying,
we gotta
let's break the cycle. Let's do this, let's do that. But y'all taking this as a sense to get revenge. Y'all all like, oh, they took for us for so many years, let's take it back.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like watching news like, I thought we was fighting for this.
And so
like, why are you stealing? Especially the people who stole from Apple.
Let's say you get that TV or that item and you got it. Okay, now you got it. But does that change the situation?
It don't.
When you go into the store and you have to look over your shoulder and find somebody following you that's not your race because they feel like you're going to steal something in a given moment. Does it
temporarily
change
that? That's a temporary.
It's just reinforcing.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's just reinforcing a stereotype.
It makes them more scared.
They still
all these stereotypes that white people have against us. It's just reinforcing those stereotypes. Hey, every bias that's against us. Black people, they always stealing and killing people, taking from others, robbing people.
I want to get off topic for a brief second, just to let all of our viewers know that stealing is not the answer. If y'all have not seen the news, like as you said, he don't watch the news, but if y'all turn on the news for a split second, y'all would have caught on to them saying they're going to put tracking devices and everything. They put tracking devices in the cell phones that folks stole. They had to return them, or they were going to go to jail.
I think it was Apple.
Cars got the little cameras in them. Cars literally got the little cameras in them, like when you reverse or whatever, they get little chips or little devices in them. So it's like, even if you like hardwire a car and steal it, you are being tracked. I hope y'all know that.
Kiana mentioned this earlier, but yes, we do have we come from a history of poverty, of struggling, and we also have the habit of taking our circumstances and making it better. We, like, for instance, let's talk about television for a moment. Good Times. You had a family in Chicago in one of the poorest neighborhoods, and they were struggling, but not every day was a bad day for them. They counted their blessings and they took those moments and made them better. And I feel like there's got to be a way where they can continue to be done, no matter the situation. I feel like that the same principles can apply to any situation. And if you have nothing, what about the ultimate? You're still breathing. You're still alive. You have clean health. So just appreciating what you already have, and then you get more.
It is always other folks that ain't even black. Most of the time, they'd be like, well, if y'all just listen to the officers, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But you see all this footage. And they said the same thing with the protesters. If y'all weren't out there rioting, but nobody was rioting, everybody just...
The protesters was not rioting, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that part. It was not the protesters.
There's a major difference here.
Especially where we from. The protesters was gone hours ago. They were at the house in the bed sleep hours ago. There was somebody else.
Let's give a quick shout out, actually, to our city, to Memphis.
Yeah, shout out to
Memphis.
Like we doing
For
this.
being the first area to lead in peace, a peaceful
And
protest,
they
but
call
it
us the
still
most
made progress.
dangerous city in the U.S., but they tried to.
We did not. We
Cedric, don't shut us
Peaceful
down like that.
protest.
we
You know
number
somebody gonna
3.
pose and be like, well, at 2:30 a.m. we found out on this day, so this happened. I'm like, bro, don't come in my comment section.
No, but yeah, I mean, Kiana mentioned it but I think we number 2 or 3. I think 2 or 1 is out of Detroit or somewhere. But we are at the top, and there are a lot of people that
We are
use
number
it.
2. We
There are
are
a lot of people
almost
that,
number 1, but Detroit is number 1.
But I
but
heard
this
the
is
police
not.
almost gave them trouble too.
Cedric's like, can I talk?
Yeah, but no, this is the thing though, because I was gonna say this is not supposed to be something big. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's a lot of people out there that think this is something supposed to be big, something fun. No, this is not supposed to be fun. I am, for someone who was born and raised in this area, I don't like us to be continuously painted in a bad light to where we don't see all of the good stuff about this city. We have people trying to leave Memphis and go do other things, but it's like you leave in an area that is one of the
That
most
needs your help.
cultivated and cultured areas, but it also is rich in history. And if you think about how blessed this city is, like I use one of the best examples ever. Y'all know if downtown, our city is by the Mississippi River. There was one year that entire downtown was flooded. It could, small. It could wipe us. People were talking about evacuating Memphis. I don't know if y'all remember, but all of downtown was flooded when all that water
Like
came
for
in.
example, this the hill
And
or this
that
the
water,
bridge, and the water was like right here. And this
Yeah.
the bridge now, and the water was like
it's a
right
hill
here.
you go down. It's
Putt-Putt
a
was
hill you go
flooded,
down before you
baby.
get to the river. And it has
Putt-Putt
about a
was
lot of
flooded.
road, and it has a lot of roadways and stuff down there once you go down the hill that leads to the river. And all of that was flooded. We
I never seen
watched
so
that
much water in my
flood,
life.
and it went all the way back into the city. It went all the way back into the river. Come on, man. Like,
If that wasn't God.
yes.
Don't get Cedric started.
Yeah,
Look,
don't get Cedric started.
Look,
He
man.
gonna start speaking in tongues. He gonna run around the room.
No inhibitants to nobody else's space. But yes, our city is. All I'm saying is our city is rich. It has potential. Forget potential. It has promise. But we have to build that promise. A city is a city. A building is a building. But what describes that city or that building is the people in that city or that building. And we make up where we are. And so we have to change that. We have to change that narrative, change the narrative, change the story, rewrite the script.
That's why I hope and pray, like, I get to the position where I can be able to give back to the community, like here in Memphis, because, like, there are a lot of things that I feel need to be fixed here, like, that can be fixed.
You're coming into it for the right reasons, and that's good. But it's like, will that fight be hard? Yes, it's not gonna be easy. You're probably going through it right now in schooling. Like we're all college students. Of course, we have the college graduate up here, Miss Terry. But we're all for those of us who are still in school. It's not easy, and we talk about racial injustice in the school system. Mm-hmm. We don't want to go there because we go through stuff every day. But our walk of life is not going to be easy, but we just have to keep going. Got to keep going. We can't stop because speaking from somebody who wants a teacher, I have to keep going because it's going to benefit a group of kids when I get in front of them one day. It's for them. It's not for me. It's for them. Just like you might, want to, whatever you want to do, Tristan, that's politically, you're not being selfish to yourself.
Right.
You're trying to do stuff that's going to benefit a lot of people.
Generation. Think about our new generation. People doing whatever they want to do, who they want to do, doing this quarantine with Boo Boo and Keisha and whoever else. But think about the new generation. Folks gonna have kids. And all this going on. Do you want your newborn baby in this mess? Fix it. Fix it.
Look.
Your newborn baby in this mess?
I can't I don't understand this culture that's coming up now because, being someone you were born in the late '90s here, early 2000s. You were
97,
you were
I made it.
you were blessed with a really nice culture on television. You were blessed with a nice realm of different TV shows and a nice different realm of just life at that time.
Yeah.
Where you started learning and discovering new things, and you were educated at home. You had PBS Kids that taught you fundamentals before you even made it to kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
your learning, your knowledge starts right there. Our reading. I don't know about. I used to have like between the lines so much,
Reading
so that
Rainbow.
level is as
Reading
good as it is.
Rainbow.
Reading
And I used to
Rainbow.
hate reading.
So growing up, and you know what?
Between the Lines
And
was my show.
people are still
Amen.
talking about that culture to this. And the reason why I talk about television culture so much is because back to what we were talking about, Tristan, with media and everything, it really controls, in some way, the culture that we're in now. And you have a lot of people who go back to these TV shows, talk about, like, we could have actually shown some clips that talked about the racial injustice long before today. Like Family Matters, it talked about racial injustice. Disney Channel, That's So Raven, it talked about
Yep.
racial
I knew you were going to
injustice.
say that's all
one
right.
What else? The Cosby Show, Good Times.
That's a
These
show for
TV shows
real.
mentioned what made these TV shows so legendary was that they mentioned real life issues and they all touched on racial injustice.
Yeah, even Mr. Rogers touched on racial injustice. Like he invited a black police officer onto his show, and he washed his feet. And that basically sent a message just hey, we're all together, we're all one human race. There shouldn't be any discrimination towards anyone.
None. It's so many ways we can do better. But if I could sum that answer up in one word on my end, and before you all can chime in on this too, of course. For me, it's just strategize. You got to be able to plan and strategize how you're going to. I think I used to watch a lot of Tyler Perry shows a lot, and Tyler Perry, through his character Medea, mentioned something that was so important. The best revenge you can have on somebody is to prove them wrong.
Oh,
And I feel like that's important. How do
I don't
we
think they
do
heard you.
that?
Repeat that again. I don't think they heard you.
Oh my God. The best way to have revenge on somebody is to prove them wrong. How do we do this?
Amen.
Can't nobody fight you if you're a lawyer. Can't nobody fight you if you're a doctor. Can't nobody fight you if you're if you made it to your goal. They can't. You're gonna have some issues, stuff still, but that fight, you made it where you want to be. Does that make sense?
Right.
You're in a place where you can make change, be the best change you want to be. It starts now in your fight. We have to educate ourselves. We have to go for our goals and our dreams. We have to make sure that we better each other. I talked to y'all about that. I feel like it is so important. It is amazing how we're able to band together as a race and do a protest to demand respect from another race, when our culture, we've got to do better too. Now, I look at us and say, I can look at white people all day and say, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. I feel like we all can do that. But then the same fashion, I can look at us and say, hey, we got to lift each other up. We got to push each other up. We can't be kicking each other down. We can't be talking about each other and dehumanizing each other and closing books when we're in school. Instead of opening books and reading them, we're closing books. And we know the best rapper that's going to come out. We know how to make children.
Yeah, we know a whole rap verse by heart, but...
but we don't know how to cash a check. We don't know how to have a budget, a plan. Where is your plan? What you going to do?
Yeah.